Now, first example, we are asked to find the length of a square whose perimeter is 64 meters. The length of a square whose perimeter is 64 meters. We all know that the square has four equal sides. The square has four equal sides. And we are given the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 64 meters. Length will be equal to perimeter all over 4. Easy, which gives us 64 divided by 4. 4 here is 1. 4 here gives us 1, remaining 2. 4 into 24 gives us 6. So our answer will be 16 what? Meter. That is easy peasy. Now we're going to look at our second question for today. Our second example for today is also very easy. It said the perimeter of a rectangular room is 60 meters. What is the width of the room if the length is 18 meters? So the perimeter is 60 meters. We are looking for the width if the length is 18 meters. Perimeter P is equal to 60 meters. Length is equal to 18 meters. Therefore, breadth or width, as it may be called, will be equal to perimeter divided by 2 minus the length, which will be equal to 60 over 2 minus 18, which is simply 30 minus 18, which is equal to what? 12 meters. So whenever you're looking for the breadth or length of a rectangle, when the perimeter is given, the first thing you must do is to divide the perimeter by 2 and subtract the side that has been given to you. In our case, our perimeter was 60 meters. The length was 18 meters. So we divided the perimeter by 2 and subtracted the length, which is 18, and we derive our answer, which is simply 12 what? Meters. Let's go over to our third question for today. And the third example, we are asked to look for the length of a shape. It said the distance around a playing field is 90 meters. Find its length if its breadth is 15 meters. The distance around the shape is simply the perimeter of that shape. So the distance around this playing field is 90 meters. We are asked to look for the length if the breadth is 15. So perimeter, which is the distance around the field, is 90 meters. The breadth, B, is equal to 15 meters. Therefore, the length will be equal to the perimeter all over 2 minus the breadth, which is simply 90 divided by 2 minus 15. 90 divided by 2 minus what? 15, which is equal to 45 minus 15, which gives us 30 meters. Gives us 30 what? Meters. Now we have another example on the board. Example number 4. To calculate the perimeter of a square whose area is 225 centimeters squared. Now in this case, we have been given the area. And we all know that the sides of a square are all equal. The sides of a square are all equal. So when looking for the side of a square, when the area is given, we simply look for the square root of the area. So in this question, the first thing we must do is to look for the side of the square by looking for the square root of the area, and with that, we can calculate the perimeter by imputing the side into the formula for the perimeter of a square. Area of square is equal to 225 meters square. Length will be equal to the square root of area, which is equal to the square root of what? 225, which is the same thing as 15 what? Meters. Therefore, perimeter is equal to 4 length, which 4 times length is equal to 4 times 15 meters. And the perimeter of this shape is simply 60 what? Meters. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, pizza cheesy, Mr. Austin's okra soup. So from our question, we discovered that the area of the square is 225 meters squared. Now, to look for the side of a square when the area is given, you simply look for the square root of the area. Now, we'll find the square root of the area. We got 15 meters because 15 times 15 will give us 225. And we impute that into the formula using calculating the perimeter of a square, which is 4 times length, which gives us 4 times 15. And our answer is simple, 60 what? Meters. Let's take another question, the last question for today. And in this question, we are asked to look for the area. It said the area of the floor of a room is 1,200 meters squared. Find the perimeter of the room if its breadth is 30 meters. This question, we need to think. First of all, determine what type of shape it is. Since the breadth has been given, this is a rectangular room. So the first thing we must do is to determine the length, because the breadth was given. So we are going to look for the length. After looking for the length, we can then look for the what? The perimeter of the what? Shape. So from the question, we discover that our area is 1,200 meters squared and the breadth is 30 meters. Now let's go to the board to solve this question. Area of rectangle is equal to 1,200 meters squared. Breadth is equal to 30 meters. Length of this rectangle will simply be area divided by the breadth, which is equal to 1,200 all over 30. Now let's go ahead. This can take away this. 3 here 1, 3 here gives us 4. Add a 0. So the length of this rectangle is 40 meters. Now, looking for the perimeter, we simply impute this variable into the formula for calculating the perimeter of a rectangle. The perimeter of a rectangle is simple. Perimeter of a rectangle is simply 2 bracket length plus breadth, which will give us 2 bracket 40 plus what? 30, which gives us 2 times what? 70 meters. And our answer is simply 100. Our answer is simply 140 what? Meters. So, as I said earlier, maths is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, pizza cheesy, Mr. Austin's okra soup. See you in my next class. Bye for now.